so you can wire it out. And yes, it's tough, but you can do it because science shows that when you use your mind, you change your brain. Point 9. The sins of the parents can create a predisposition, not a destiny. You are not responsible for something you are predisposed to because of ancestral decisions. You are responsible, however, to be aware of them, evaluate those predispositions, and choose to eliminate them. I think this point is very self-explanatory. You are not responsible for what your parents gave to you and your grandparents and your great-great-grandparents. And I mean, even what research even shows that on both the maternal and the paternal side, going back 4 generations, what they ate will impact you today. So, and I think it goes back even further as well. So, but you don't have to let it stay as part of your genetic code and how you function. You can change that. You have this ability to turn what is a predisposition off. So therefore, it doesn't have to be your destiny. Most people don't realize this, and this is very, very hopeful. And just the mere fact that I'm building hope into you by telling you this is already changing your brain. I'm already empowering you to activate at another level, intellectually and cognitively, to be able to deal with these things. Hope changes the structure of your brain. Point 10. When you make a bad choice, genes switch on in the hippocampus that dampen the stress response. So God has built backup systems into our body to help us cope with life. This is a really beautiful thing. We have multiple backup systems in our brain and our body to help us to recognize when we're stepping out of our love zone and into our fear zone, when we're stepping out of healthy stress into toxic stress. And there are many. And just one of them that I'm going to share with you is there's a little gene cluster inside the hippocampus, which is a part of your brain that is kind of behind this part of your head. If you look at the screen, we'll show you an image of where the hippocampus is in the brain. And inside the hippocampus, which is, by the way, very involved in processing information. So as you are listening to me now, your whole brain's active, but your hippocampus is very active. And as you are turning what I'm telling you into a memory, that you can remember what I said, your hippocampus is involved in that. Okay, so there's a little gene structure inside the hippocampus that is designed to dampen stress. So when we are in situations that are demanding, what happens is that the gene switches on, and your ability, your resilience, your ability of your brain and your body to cope with the stress response inside of your body increases, and it dampens the toxic stress response and helps you through that situation. But that's only if you perceive the situation in the correct way. So you perceive it as, okay, this is a bad situation, but I'm going to make this work for me. I know that there's some sort of solution somewhere, and you step into this zone, and I love to call this freaking out in the love zone. If, however, through your perceptions you step into this zone and fall apart, that gene doesn't switch on, it switches off. So the thing that will help you through stress will actually turn it into toxic stress instead of helping you. Point 11. Scientists now know that the brain has the amazing ability to reorganize moment by moment throughout life, changing its structure and function through thinking alone. If the brain can get worse by focusing on the toxic, the brain can get better by focusing on the healthy. You control this process. Point 12. Neuroplasticity can operate for you as well as against you, because whatever you think about the most will grow. This applies to both the positive and the negative ends of the spectrum. This is called the plastic paradox. So whatever you think about changes your brain. So whatever you think about the most will grow in your brain. Whatever you're growing in your brain, you're going to say and do. So if you're thinking a lot about the toxic, well, you're going to grow toxicity in your brain, which causes lots of brain damage and manifests in illness and mind issues, etc. If you grow the healthy, if you focus on the healthy, you're growing health into your brain, which then does the opposite. So this is the plastic paradox. Whatever you think about the most grows. So remember that as you go through your day. If you're thinking of toxic stuff and you're starting to feel worse, well, the science shows that as you are thinking about those toxic things, so you are damaging your brain. So stop and rewire. If you've damaged your brain, by changing your thinking, you can heal your brain.